What do you think a lot of these athletes get wrong? Because when I think of, like, let's say like a Connor McDavid, who, he was introduced to his wife through a guy that he's playing with the Oilers, and my brain goes to like, okay, why do you know each other? Now you're setting this up, and all the other NHL guys that do kind of similar setups, but like, what are they missing when it comes to women? Because you would think that a McDavid or a Matthews, where they're making 10, 12, 15 million a year, they have all the status in the world, they can get any female they want, but they still make these decisions where they end up with this woman that's like Tom Brady taking them to the cleaners.
They just don't understand women. They're told they're sugar and spice and all things nice, and just do what they say, and yes dear, and happy wife, happy life, and blah blah blah, and all the societal narratives that they've been told their entire life. So when they stop that path of the pursuit of excellence in their chosen sport, they're around the house more. There's more proximity, there's more familiarity, there's more exclusivity that's known. I've always said the three drivers that tend to tick down to the end of the relationship, or the clock that ticks down to the end of the relationship, is proximity, familiarity, and exclusivity. And guess what happens when you're not traveling around with the team anymore? And you've retired from your sport? You're in the house a lot more. She's very familiar with your schedule. She's very sure that you're not sleeping with other girls. She has you exactly where she thinks she wants you, but what she doesn't understand is that is actually more of a turnoff to her. It's surprising that more guys don't get divorced after retirement. I was thinking about Wayne Gretzky and Paulina Poroskova, the other day. She was a beautiful Playboy model. They're still together. I happen to know a baseball player very well. He's a good friend of mine, MLB guy, who also married a Playboy model, and he's expressed to me, personally, how difficult it's been for him at times post-retirement.
The nap story you tell is fantastic. What are you doing? I'm having a nap. Everything you have here is because of what I've done. I'm going to take a nap if I want.
Yeah, it's time for a nap. So, look, it's okay to look a woman in the eyes and just say no to her. It's a complete sentence. It doesn't need an explanation. It can be said with firmness, and you can turn around and walk the other way and just carry on with your day, and just let her know that's how it is.
Do you think that unfamiliarity of, even whether you are or you're not, I don't know what he's doing, I don't know where he is he with somebody, is he not? It's kind of like the female working towards a goal of like, I'm trying to lock him down, get that exclusivity, that familiarity. And when you give her something to work towards, you keep her in a better frame to, I guess, follow your lead, as opposed to if she has everything she wants, there's nothing else to work for. So leave her with the problems she has. Don't give her new ones.
Yeah. It's completely counterintuitive to what guys have been told, right? Most guys, not even knowing that they're doing it before they get into a committed type of relationship or a marriage or just dating, and their schedule is filled with playing hockey with the boys one night, cards with the boys once a month, maybe part of the bowling team, going to the gym, going to the dojo, and then he sees his girl, from time to time, until she starts asking for more of a commitment. Where are we? Where is this going? I'd like to get married, sort of thing. And as a guy, we're people pleasers. We've been told to make her happy wife, happy life, right? So we start nodding our head along the way and saying yes, 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 and we give her everything that she wants. And I talked about this in my book. There's this process called betatization through 1,000 concessions. It's not a question of whether or not a man will go through it. It's to what extent. To what extent will he stamp yes to everything that she wants to say and do? And that generally doesn't work out for them. And women are complicit in the deterioration of their own relationship, unknowingly playing a significant role in it, if I can put it that way.
There's been a cultural shift that is being noticed in professional sports, where back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, even early 2000s, the big concern of a lot of coaches and managers was, hopefully the guys don't stay out too late at the bar. And that's now shifted to, I hope the guys don't stay up too late playing Fortnite in their hotel room. Now, you mentioned that you wanted to work with athletes more. I'm curious to know, at what point in their career would it be a cautionary tale when they first come into the league, or would it be closer to the end of their career where they're making that transition?
The sooner men understand women and what drives them, the better off they're going to be in their entire life. There's no line in the sand, like it has to be known by here, then, or the other thing. Like if it was me writing the school curriculum as a government official, I would introduce this into high school.
In what way?
Well, boys and girls go through sex ed, right? As an example. I think there should be sexual marketplace education where girls are taught the merits of becoming a wife and a mother, and men are taught the merits of becoming a man and leading the household and what's required of that, and clarifying the differences between what the sexes need to hear and understand and subscribe to.
You think that this way of thinking, it sounds like it's just about women, but do you think it's more of a broader range of just how the world works, that it's not all, like you mentioned earlier, sugar spice and everything nice?
Mm. Yeah, that's just how things are. Like, the vast majority of the things that we do today in relationships generally don't work, right? And it's because we lie to women, and we mostly lie to women because we want to sleep with them, right? And we tell them what they want to hear instead of what they need to hear. I think if you go back 100 years, fathers were the gatekeepers of their daughters' lives as they grew into adulthood, and older brothers to some extent as well, probably too. And that's changed dramatically over the years. Something like 43% of households today are single-parent household, which means single mothers. Women get 80% of the custody orders in divorce, so they're spending more time with the children if they untie the knot. So the vast majority of kids today are being raised by moms, and the state is now the head of the household, no longer the man. The man has responsibility to the household to pay for stuff even if they get divorced, but he does not have the authority that he used to have in the household. And that's changed the dynamic of the way that women operate. And because men are generally softer than what they were decades ago, they just nod their head and they do what women say, and they just they just placate their whims. Again, like, men are afraid to tell women the truth today, right? We just lie to them. Not me, but most men out there will lie to them and tell them what they want to hear because they want to sleep with them.
Well, as George Costanza once said, lying can be a very effective dating tool.
Yes, sure. Certainly is.
We do a hockey podcast called Sling the Biscuit every single Sunday. The clips, the bite-sized chunks are right here. Only the hits, the full-length show, which you don't want to miss, is right here. That's Dave. I'm Travis. We'll see you soon.